2 bottles. You gonna wash your hair twice?
Oh, funny. It's shampoo and conditioner. Maybe you've heard of them.
I use them, but I get them both in 1 bottle with Per Plus.
Great. But I gotta use dandruff shampoo.
Me too. And now there's a new Per Plus for dandruff.
Let me see that. Dandruff shampoo plus conditioner in 1. Hey, my hair's clean, easy to manage, no flakes.
Beautiful. So let's go.
New dandruff control Per Plus. Great hair, no flakes, no fuss.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
WKGF presents The Witching Hour with Max Thorn.
All right, my little graveyard gang, gather round, because it's time for another late-night descent into the weird and the dead. I'm Max Thorn, your ever-charming host of The Witching Hour, and sitting across from me in the booth, pretending he doesn't regret every life choice that led him here, is my producer, Ricky. Say hi, Ricky.
Hey, everybody. Happy Friday.
Good job. Tonight, we're heading back to a real beacon of highbrow culture, the Chuckle Hut, a North Hollywood comedy club with a name as tragic as its final act. Now, if that name sounds familiar, it should, because less than 1 year ago, it became famous for something a little more shocking than bad stand-up. The death of one-time sitcom star and former Hollywood darling turned gigantic shithead Jimmy Rosenblum. Ricky is on the ball with that bleep button. Saved me a chewing out and an FCC fine. My man. Anyway, I'm sure you remember Jimmy Rosenblum from his hit sitcom Jim's Home, where he pretty much played a version of himself, a stubborn old grouch living with his polar opposite family. And the movies Ghost Grandpa, Dumb Chicks, and Ned, that talking monkey movie. Classic stuff. Anyway, officially, we were told that Jimmy had some kind of argument with his boss and friend during which one of them conveniently dropped dead of a heart attack and the other just happened to, die by suicide immediately after. Super believable, right? Just a totally normal Tuesday night at a haunted Hollywood comedy club. Nothing suspicious at all. And definitely no drugs involved, right? Of course, if you ask me, and you should because I'm the one with the radio show, this wasn't some tragic misunderstanding between two washed-up comics. This was something else, maybe something supernatural. See, the Chuckle Hut, or as it was known back in the day as the Laugh Machine, because that's an upgrade, I guess, had a reputation for years. People saying it was haunted. Kids break in looking for ghosts. Cops get called because the lights flicker on and off. You know, standard get me the hell out of here kind of stuff. And now I've learned the place is getting bulldozed. After being a huge venue for legendary comedians, then the host of a suicide, then closed for years, then reopened, then host to a death and another suicide, apparently, according to the city of Hollywood, that's enough to shut it down for good and put up a Pioneer Chicken. Which means now is the perfect time to dig up some dirt before the ghosts find a new home. Hopefully not the Pioneer Chicken, because that place is awesome. So let's take a little trip back to last October when we first covered the deaths at the Chuckle Hut, and I tried to figure out whether this was a case of bad luck, bad blood, or just bad spirits. That's a pun because there was a bar there. And a ghost.
October 88.
All right, Ghoul Gang, let's shine a spotlight on another tragic, mysterious, and deeply questionable Hollywood death. Because what's Tinseltown without a little bit of scandal and a whole lot of ghosts? Tonight, we're talking about the Chuckle Hut, the comedy club that time forgot, but the dead apparently didn't. Back in the 70s, it was known as the Laugh Machine, because nothing says comedic gold like a name that sounds like an industrial meat grinder. It played host to some of the biggest names in stand-up, but now it's making headlines for something slightly less funny. Last night, emergency responders rolled up to find not one, but two very dead people in a private back room. The details? Well, they're fuzzy at best. The victims, one of them just so happened to be Jimmy Rosenblum, a guy you might remember from the hilariously lowbrow sitcom Jim's Home, or, if you were really desperate for entertainment, that cinematic masterpiece Ghost Grandpa, or the even better Kid Ninjas. Once upon a time, Jimmy was a big deal, but he managed to commit career suicide after he snapped on some hecklers at a comedy club in BFE, Ohio over a year ago. And now, well, looks like he's dead in another comedy club. And because nothing in that damn town can ever just be straightforward, there's more. See, the Chuckle Hut has been rumored to be haunted for years, because of course it has. Cops have been called out more times than they care to count, chasing off local kids, hoping to summon a ghost. Some of them swear they've heard voices, saw lights flicker on and off. So, did Jimmy Rosenblum and his unfortunate companion fall victim to some otherworldly punchline? Were they filled with more coke than the vending machine in the WKGF hallway here? Or is this something even stranger? Stick around, because I grabbed my trusty tape recorder and hit the I-5 south, 90 minutes to North Hollywood, and the scene of the crime. I managed to reach a few...
I was back. Well, at least I was trying to be back. Clarence was nice enough to give me a headlining slot today, which is more than Hollywood was willing to do. Ever have your entire life unravel in one night? 'Cause I have. They canceled my show in the middle of the 7th and highest rated season. Never looked back. You make one or two mistakes, that's it. Career tanked. You're a leper to them.
Good evening, good evening. We now welcome to the Chuckle Hut. You know him from his hit show Jim's Home and the movie Ghost Grandpa. I know him from when he used to sleep in my green room and steal food from my office. Here he is, Mr. Jimmy Rosenblum.
Hey, thank you. Wow, thank you. Oh, what a great crowd. Oh, thanks for having me back. Truly, it means a lot. This place, it used to be called the Laugh Machine. And then it closed down for about a decade, and now it is back as the Chuckle Hut. Quite the downgrade from laugh to chuckle. And here I am. Hey, you guys know this place is haunted, right? As if on cue, a light in the back sparked to life and then quickly faded. The audience laughed, thinking it was part of the act, part of the local legend, but I assure you it wasn't. I'm not sure how I felt about that, but I continued on. The audience was decent, much better than I was expecting. The biggest perk about headlining is that the guests have had a while to get drunk. The last show I had played before the incident was similar in size. I was slumming it. I sold out massive auditoriums, and one night I just decided to play a little club, and it cost me my career. So I guess I have mixed feelings about being back.
Hey, not bad tonight, Jim. Not bad at all.
Hey, thanks for giving me a shot, Clarence. Appreciate it.
Hey, Jimmy, anything for you, my boy? You helped make this club.
It may be the laugh machine, but the Chuckle Hut is all yours.
Come on, Jimmy, babe. It's the same thing. Give me a break.
Oh, nice touch with the lights, by the way, when I mentioned the place being haunted.
Hey, come on, you know I don't do gimmicks. That's just the good old-fashioned faulty wiring.
I should probably get that looked at then.
Nah, I was doing that back before the laugh machine closed down. Hey, do you want your pay in cash or, 80s style?
You don't have to pay me, come on. I'll take 80 style then.
That's my boy, he's back. That's the old Jim I know. Great to have you back, kid.
I thought you gave up all that stuff like a decade ago.
Booze, Jim. I gave up booze. Didn't like what it made me become. But cocaine, forget about it. I'll be right back.
I know I probably should have taken the cash, or better yet, refused payment altogether, but the thought of one last 80 style payment was too good to let pass. I hadn't had a line of cocaine in over 6 years. I didn't feel like talking to anyone, so instead of hailing a cab, I decided to walk home. It wasn't far, and the night was surprisingly calm. Nothing but a cool breeze to keep me company. It had been a good night, I can't lie about that. Being on a television sitcom for 7 years is completely different than being on a stage all alone with all eyes on you. I'd been out of the spotlight for almost an entire year, my career torched to the ground over something avoidable, but yet there I was, back on stage, getting laughs, almost like nothing happened. So why not reward myself a bit? I took the bag of nose candy from the pocket and cut myself a very healthy line.
Holy cow, you're awake.
Well, what's going on? Where am I?
You, sir, had yourself a wild ride to say the least. You know the paramedics pronounced you dead on the scene?
I'm dead?
Not quite. Apparently your body is as stubborn as that character you played on TV. You came back after a solid 10 minutes of being dead.
Are you serious? How'd they find me?
I think you managed to call 911. Or your neighbor. I'm not sure. Lucky for you though, huh?
I'm not sure how much cocaine I had snorted that night. I supposedly died, and I guess it didn't really matter. I'd been dead for 10 minutes at least, but I remember nothing. No shining ray of light, no burning red flames, nothing. Like I went to sleep. When I was released 2 days later, I had the police to deal with, but 1 year of my status, drug charges, a ticket with a request to return to court. When I was free to go, I took a cab to the Chuckle Hut to tell Clarence what had happened, asking what was in that baggie he gave me.
The same thing I always give you. He just got old, my boy.
I haven't had a sniff in a long time.
See, and let me guess, you cut a line as thick as a nautical rope, huh? It's not 1985 anymore, Jim. You're damn near pushing middle age now.
And you're pushing 70.
Yes, but I wasn't foolish enough to quit.
Except booze.
That's totally different.
You know, that stuff's gonna make your heart explode one day.
Hey, my heart is just as healthy as it was this morning.
I guess. See you around, Clarence.
You're always welcome back on my stage anytime you want, Jim. You hear?
I hear you, and I appreciate it. I need you to know that. Home sweet home. What a mess. The coffee table is shattered into a million pieces, and the police probably stole the rest of my cocaine. I didn't care about the mess. All I wanted to do was collapse in my bed and sleep for 2 days. Hopefully by then the pounding in my head would be gone.
Hello? 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 I feel like you might be able to...
Ah, who's there?
Hello?
Who's there? I've got a gun. You hear that? I'm not messing around. My kitchen light flickered on, but I was standing next to the only switch and it hadn't moved. I kept looking around the house, moving slowly, the snub-nosed revolver I keep on me at all times gripped tightly in my hand. When I left the kitchen, the light turned off, and when I entered the living room, those lights turned on. Every room I left turned dark, and every room I entered turned bright. The lights were stalking me. I cleared the house and forced myself to believe I was dreaming the voice I heard. And the lights were, as Clarence said, just faulty wiring. I wasn't convinced, but I couldn't think of an alternative. I returned to my bed, but sleep would not come, and my head was pounding worse than before. In the morning, there was a knock on my door. My friend and fellow comic, David Fletcher.
Jimmy, my God, you look worse than I was anticipating. You feeling okay? You still amongst the living?
Not sure. I've certainly felt better.
I heard you killed this weekend at the hut, though. Wish I could have been there. God, are you okay? Dude, you look awful.
I was dead for over 10 minutes.
I heard, but you look like you never woke up. Woof, dude, woof.
Thanks for the flattery. Yeah, I had a rough night. I heard a voice that woke me up. And when I got up, you're gonna think I'm crazy, okay? But the lights, they kept following me around the house.
What do you mean the lights? God, what did Clarence give you?
I don't know, man. I know it sounds crazy, but when I got up last night to investigate, the lights would follow me from room to room. You know, it turn on when I enter, off when I exit.
Hey, maybe one day that'll be possible, but it ain't today. The drugs just aren't out of your system yet. Sometimes it takes a few days longer than usual, you know, when you get a little bit older.
No, man, it wasn't. It's not the drugs. It's like I was being haunted. It was...
Only thing you're being haunted by are the lingering effects of that booger sugar. You'll be fine by tomorrow.
Just forget it.
Done.
That night, it happened again. I went to bed early, as soon as night came, but I swear I could hear it. A voice. All I could make out was hello, but I swear it was saying more. It was like being just out of earshot of a whisper. I couldn't stay in that house another second. I got dressed, grabbed my keys, and walked back to the Chuckle Hut, hoping to do a late night set, but I didn't make it in time. Clarence was just closing up, and the place was empty aside from the bar staff totaling out their bills.
Jimmy, what's up?
Hey, Clarence. Thought I'd do a set, but I guess I'm too late.
It's a weeknight in October, Jim. What can I say? God, you look like death.
Yeah, and you know why. You mind if I hang out here tonight? I need to clear my head.
Like all night?
If you don't mind, I can't. I can't sleep at home for some reason.
Hey, you got it. Sure, why not? I just happen to have a spare key. I'll lock up when I leave, but if you leave, you do the same, would you?
Yeah, of course. Clarence?
Yeah, Jim.
Thank you. I let myself into the green room and laid out on the sofa in the dark. It didn't take long before the lights flickered to life.
Hello?
What? Oh, I knew it.
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
I don't know how to explain it. I should have been scared. There was a voice talking to me that didn't have a mouth attached to it. I should have run out of there screaming, but I didn't. I wasn't scared. In fact, I felt better than I had all week.
Can you see me?
No.
But you can hear me. Wow.
You were at my house?
Yes, I'm sorry.
No, don't be. Are you?
Dead? Yes. I'm a ghost, or spirit, or whatever. We don't really have a name for ourselves, and I've been referred to as both, so...
So? I'm dead too.
No, you're not dead. I am, remember?
How?
No idea.
When then?
No idea. A long time, I think.
You think?
Time doesn't work the same way as it did in the living realm. It feels different. At least I think it does. That's what I've been told. I can still tell when days end and begin, but there's no feeling of time actually passing. I can't explain it.
Who are you?
I don't No.
You don't know who you are?
Maybe at one point I did, but the memory of my previous life has faded. Confused? Me too.
Why are you in a comedy club?
I died here.
You died here?
Of that I am certain.
Holy moly. There are rumors that this place is haunted. Yeah, I've been hearing it for years. When this place went out of business, it's all boarded up. Kids would always be breaking in, doing stupid stuff, Ouija boards, all that crap.
I saw them. All of them.
Did you talk to them?
Sometimes. I would flicker their flashlights on and off if they had one. Give them a show. But no, I've never been able to talk to anyone in the living realm.
Except me.
Except you.
Why me?
I'm not sure. You came here twice recently, and you had a glow to you that second time that you didn't have the first time. It was so strange. It was like I could really see you.
I feel like I'm dreaming. Am I dreaming?
No, I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. It's just... This is heavy.
When you left that night, I followed you home. The further I got away from here, though, the harder it was to talk to you. I used up all my energy. That's why I used the lights.
Is this using up your energy?
No, in here I feel fine.
The lights didn't use your energy?
Lights are easy.
So funny thing, the other day, I may have died, at least temporarily. When I came back and was, glowing, that was after I'd been brought back to life.
I guess that makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. But I've never seen a living human glow like you are.
I don't know. All of a sudden, I'm really tired, I'm afraid I'm going to fall asleep in the middle of our conversation.
Please sleep. You look like you could use it.
Will you be here? I had the best night's sleep I've had in 10 years. And when I woke up, my ghost was gone. I tried talking to her, but got no response. I went home, showered and changed, and then headed to the Los Angeles Central Library. I dug through LA Times archives on microfiche and discovered someone did die at the Chuckle Hut. Then called the laugh machine, of course. I felt like a fool for not remembering, but the drugs and booze flowed pretty freely back then. Her name was Jessica Nichols, age 31. According to the information I could gather, Jessica was an aspiring comic who hit the stage during amateur night at the machine, and bombed horrifically, apparently. She cried and ran off stage, and the next morning was found dangling by her neck from the very same green room we had our conversation the previous night. This was years ago, and the laugh machine closed a few months later, though no reason is given, and by that point in my career I'd moved on much bigger venues, and left the club scene firmly in my rear view. Now that I had a name and a date, I could find the print versions of the Times and make a few Xerox copies. When I got home, I waited for Jessica to give me a sign she was there. I waited all day. When she didn't show, I went back to the Chuckle Hut after it closed. She was there. And I told her that her name was Jessica Nichols.
I mean, I guess that could be my name. We don't have names here. Nicknames that we make up here, but never our birth names.
Let me show you something. This is you. See?
Yes, that's me. I still look the same. That's me. What else do you know about me?
Well, apparently you wanted to be a comedian?
I'm funny?
No, not according to this. You bombed.
Well, hell. Typical. What else?
You really don't remember?
Not at all.
Well, according to the news reports and your obituary, you left the stage in tears and came in this room and you hung yourself from the beam up there. Jess?
I'm here. You said I killed myself? That's not...
I'm afraid so, kid.
That's not possible. I've seen what happens when people kill themselves. They don't stay here.
What do you mean?
I've seen 3 people kill themselves. Like I've been in the room with them all 3 times completely by chance, but I was there. Look, hold on. During the daytime, when there's a lot of activity outside, I can't really leave. Not sure why. Too much energy. But when night comes, it's easier to move around. Sometimes if it's early enough, I'll go to the movies, and if it's too late, I'll wander from house to house looking for someone who's going to watch one or listen to a new recording. I'm just looking for anything to make me feel alive. Doesn't always work. I've seen some of the nastiest things you could ever imagine, but yes, I'm with other people a lot, and I've witnessed 3 suicides. And each time...
You can tell me.
As soon as someone dies, their soul is released, and often the person doesn't even realize they're dead. They just keep on going about their business until it finally registers that something is wrong. They can see me, though, but it still doesn't quite register. They still think they're alive. I don't know how to explain this.
Please try. I want to understand.
One of 4 things happens to the souls. I'll do suicide first. The soul of the person who offed themselves fades away. In my realm, it happens quickly. During that same living realm night, it just fades to nothing. And the soul knows it. I don't know where they go. I don't even have a guess. But I've seen other people die and their souls turn into a bright, glowing ball of energy, then shoots off. And then there are the bad souls. The cursed souls. The wicked.
Oh God, what happened to them?
The best I can describe it is these giant tentacles come up from the ground like a giant octopus, and it grabs the soul to drag them down. Jimmy, I've seen it and it's awful. I was standing with a group of, I guess you call them friends, when we witnessed a car crash. The man driving hit a power line and crashed through the windshield of his car. I don't know what he had done, but those tentacles came up and grabbed him and grabbed 2 innocent souls that were nearby. It didn't care. It took down anything that got in the way. I can still hear my friends screaming as they were pulled below. I tried to save one. I almost had her, but I just wasn't strong enough. I wasn't strong enough.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So that leaves the question. Why am I here? And why are all the other souls roaming around here with me?
How many others are there?
Hundreds? Thousands? The living realm is always faded, and our realm is more prevalent. I can't describe this very well. I'm sorry. This city is filled with dead people. They're everywhere. Just as you see people when you go out, I see people in my realm. They're all very real here, just as your people are real to you. I've seen souls interact. I've seen some get into fistfights.
The souls, they can touch each other?
Everything is real to us, just as your world is real to you. But we normally can't interact with living. Until you.
How come I can't hear anyone else then?
Maybe they just don't want to talk to you. They'd have no reason to follow you home, and unless you were standing in the place they died with them, and they wanted to talk to you, there'd be no reason for you to hear them.
Fair enough. Aside from talking, can I interact with you in any way?
The living cannot interact with the dead. We would never be able to touch each other, and you'll never be able to see me.
Unless I was dead.
Unless you were dead, I suppose. But this all leads back to my original concern. Why am I here? If I killed myself like you said, I should have faded away long ago.
Well, maybe you didn't kill yourself.
I really don't think I did.
You've got to help me understand then. When you died, what happened?
I don't remember. It took me a while to figure out I was dead. Like I said, everything looked and felt real. And at least that's what I can remember. If you said I was hanging in there by my neck, I certainly never saw that. Me and the other souls here, we feel Stuck.
During my show hiatus, I did a so-called comedy about ghosts. I think the plot was something like the ghosts who have unfinished business are forced to stay in limbo or whatever until they make it right. Maybe that's what you're stuck in.
Wait, you're an actor? I just thought you were a lousy wannabe comedian.
Oh, I am. Well, now, but I used to be big. 8 movies, 6.5 seasons of my own top-rated sitcom.
What happened?
I made a lot of mistakes. I used people. I only really cared about myself.
I feel like a lot of people are like that, though.
Maybe, but I know I was bad. I was a drug user and a drunk. It wasn't known. I hid it well. One night I decided to go slumming and do a set in some podunk town, some dive comedy club that was just awful. I went up on the stage and started getting heckled by drunks. I didn't respond in an appropriate way. I was hateful. I was angry. And I said some things to the crowd that I regret. Just awful things.
Like what?
I don't want to say. I said things that don't reflect who I am as a person. At least I hope they don't. Word got out, though. Someone had a camcorder, caught the whole thing on video, and my career was over. Network fired me from my own show, mid-season. The movie I'd finished filming was shelved, never seen the light of day. I went from the top of the world to the bottom, and there's no one to blame but me.
Oh, Jimmy, we all make mistakes.
Well, this was a big one. You saw me. This was my first public appearance in over a year. I was harassed whenever I went out. It got so bad, I started carrying a snub-nosed revolver with me everywhere I went.
That seems like it might make things worse.
I never said I was good at making sound decisions.
You have a gun on you right now?
I do. Stupid, huh?
It's not like I'm worried.
Is there anything else you can tell me about that night you died? If you didn't kill yourself, then what?
Maybe I died in an accident?
No, you needed help getting up into that rope and onto the... I think you were murdered.
Murdered? By who?
I'm gonna find out. I'll be back tomorrow night. You'll be here?
I'll be here. Jimmy?
Yeah?
Thank you.
I had my work cut out for me. I can't imagine anyone wanting to kill that sweet kid. And why did it happen in the club? I feel that should really narrow the list of suspects down. But why? As far as I could tell, she died the very first night she ever performed. It's not like she had some stalker fans. I needed to ask around the club, see if anyone remembered that night it happened. My first call was to David Fletcher.
Hey, buddy. Yeah, I remember her. Cute lady. Super cute. Not funny, though, but cute.
Do you remember anything else about her?
Hard to remember what you never knew. As far as I could tell, she had never been there before. Dude, you should have seen her up there. She was stumbling over her words, botching the most elementary jokes. If I was a nicer person, it would have been hard to watch. But since I'm not, it was magnificent. I said she wasn't funny, but what I meant was that she was hilarious just for the wrong reasons. The only laughs she got that night were from me at the back of the bar. Dude, I was dying. People who can feel pity and empathy, maybe they didn't find it as funny as I did, though.
So, what happened when she got off stage?
How should I know, dude? She started crying and ran off. A minute later, Clarence came onto stage and tried to salvage the night by doing a short routine and inviting someone else to give it a go. And that was that. Figured I'd seen the last of her. Can't imagine her ever showing her face in that place again.
Were you there when her body was discovered?
No way, dude. I was long gone. I think she wasn't found until the next day.
In the green room?
Yeah, in the green room.
And was anyone else in the green room that night? Who was headlining?
Dude, nobody was headlining. It was amateur night. I think the only other comedian in that place was me, aside from the wannabes.
Then who would let her into the green room?
Now that I can't answer.
The green room is the room where performers stay before they go on stage. Sometimes there are friends and relatives back there, but never audience members, so how did Jess make it back there? I'd ask her, but she wouldn't remember. The next call was to Clarence.
Hey, Jimbo.
Hey, Clarence. Sorry if this is a little random, but do you remember that girl that died in the club a decade ago?
Do I remember the girl that hung herself in my green room? Kinda hard to forget something like that, don't you think? Especially when it ruins your entire business.
Well, what did you know about her?
I know she ruined the laugh machine and put me out of commission for years. Hell, Jim, maybe today a comedy club could survive something like that, but back then, I guess people just didn't appreciate some good old-fashioned dark humor.
I guess not. Tell me, though, how did she get into the green room? I mean, the door's always locked, right?
Yeah, it's locked. I have no idea how she got back there, actually.
And she wasn't discovered until the next morning. By who?
By me! It was a Friday morning. We had Rolly Fingers headlining that night. I had to get that place ready for that ginger-haired diva.
Why did it take so long for her to be discovered? I mean, nobody missed her in the crowd? No one else went in the green room?
No need for anyone to go in there, and as far as I could tell, she came alone. And if she didn't, no one ever mentioned it to me or the police.
So she could have been with someone.
I suppose so. What's this all about, Jimmy? A girl killed herself 1,000,000 years ago, and I'm finally able to reopen, and now you take an interest? I don't need all this brought back to light, Jimmy.
I'm not going to bring anything back up. I was just curious is all. I promise, that's all.
Thank you.
That wasn't it, of course. I needed to figure out how she got into the green room. Fletch said Clarence came on the stage a minute after Jess ran off it, so that pretty much rules him out. Fletch was at the back of the bar, trolling like he usually does. Hard to stone that one. So he certainly wouldn't have offered her any comfort or cared about where she went. Waiters and waitresses wouldn't have access to the green room unless someone in there ordered a drink. Even then, it would still be locked to them. That left only one person. A guy named Chuck who had worked security. He would have access, but where was Chuck now? The guy was massive. He could have dropped dead at any moment. What was his last name, though? I dug through all my old memorabilia until I found something with his name on it. Chuck Razzini. Tracked him down. Now living in Florida, made the long-distance call that was sure to cost me a pretty penny.
Yeah?
Chucky, it's Jim Rosenblum.
No way. Jimmy Riot. I seen the news on you not too long ago. You really blew it.
Don't remind me.
What you up to?
Look, don't think I'm crazy, but I'm calling to ask a few questions about that girl that killed herself at the laugh machine.
No kidding? Why?
Call it morbid curiosity. She was found in the green room, but as far as I can tell, she was just an audience member who went up for amateur night. She couldn't have access to the green room.
Oh, that's what you're calling about. Shoot, Jim, I let her in.
You did? But why?
Boss's orders. When she ran off stage, boss told me to let her go cool down in the green room, so I took her back there, opened the door, then honestly forgot all about her. She was cute. She wasn't funny. I didn't want nothing to do with her. Guess that's when she done it.
So you're telling me that Clarence told you to let her into the green room?
That's what I'm telling you, Haas. What's this all about?
Chuck, listen, I'll call you back, I promise, okay? So Clarence let her go in the green room, which means he lied to me. And I could think about it for the rest of my life and still come up with only one reason why he would lie. But why? What possible reason did Clarence have for killing a woman he supposedly just met? The more I thought about it, I figured there could be a million reasons. I've seen Clarence make advances towards 1,000 women over the years, so maybe he made a pass at poor, vulnerable Jessica. Or maybe worse. I was feeling sick to my stomach. I had to know the truth, though. My only option was to confront Clarence, act like I had all the evidence in the world, and see how he reacted. If I'm wrong, I have a feeling my open spot at the Chuckle Hut would go the way of the buffalo. I didn't feel good about this. Clarence was the only person willing to give me a job after the incident. And even more important to me, what would happen to Jessica? If this is the unfinished business keeping her on Earth, will she move on when the truth is revealed? As selfish as this sounds, I didn't want to lose her. I haven't had this meaningful relationship with a woman in years. She felt like the best friend I'd ever had. Who was I kidding? I had to tell her. I didn't want to, but I had to. I returned to the club that night.
I missed you.
I missed you too, kid. Mind coming with me for a minute?
Of course not. Where?
Just the lobby. I want to show you a picture of someone. Does this guy look familiar to you?
Well, yes, of course. He's here almost every day.
No, I mean, do you have any recollection of him from when you were here, living?
Oh. No, I mean, I don't think so, Jimmy. Why?
When you died, you said you went on thinking you were living for a while, right?
That memory is very faint.
Do you remember anyone else in the room with you?
I'm sorry, Jimmy, no. I didn't even see my dead body, remember? Why?
I think this man may have killed you.
Why would he want to kill me? I've never seen him do anything like that here, or anything that would suggest that he would...
I should have seen it earlier. You died in the green room, and no one else was using it that night. It should have been obvious who suspects were, but I'm a comedian, not a detective.
So what now?
I need to confront him, see what he has to say about it.
Jimmy, I'm scared. What if this means I have to go? I don't want to leave, not now.
I don't want you to either.
It's so nice to feel like I have a real friend. I wish I could hug you.
Yeah. Look, I'll be back tomorrow. Please stay here. I need to figure this out, and I need to be alone. Really alone.
Please just stay. I won't bother you. Please. I'm scared, Jimmy.
All right, kid. I'll stay. The next morning, I told Jessica to sit tight and I'd be back at night. I went home and waited for the Chuckle Hut to close. I didn't want an audience for what I had to do. When I arrived, a few stragglers were just heading out. I squeezed past them and I headed for the green room and told Jessica we had to wait for everyone to clear out. When the coast was clear and I saw Clarence heading to his office with the night's receipts, I told her to follow me. Hey, Clarence, it's me.
Hey, Jimmy. You missed your chance for a set. Are you treating my business like a Best Western again?
Yeah, sorry about that. Won't happen again.
What's up? Why'd you lock it?
I talked to Chuck Rossetti yesterday. He told me you told him to let Jessica Nichols into the green room.
What? No, I didn't. So what?
So you knew she was in there.
What the hell is this all about?
I've always been straight with you, Clarence, so I need you to be straight with me. Did you kill Jessica Nichols?
Did I what? Kill Jessica Nichols? You've gone mad, my boy. She killed herself and ruined me in the process, remember?
Well, I happen to know for a fact that she did not kill herself, so someone had to help her into that rope, and for the life of me, the only person I can think of that would have had the time and means was you.
Jim, give me a break. We're friends.
I'm not sure what happened. Did she turn you down? Talk to me.
There's nothing to talk about. You've gone mad.
Did you strangle her from behind? I did some digging and realized you quit drinking right around that time. Were you drunk? In a drunken rage, Clarence, she turned you down and
This
what?
is insane. You have no proof.
I do have proof. I know she didn't kill herself and that you're sitting alone at the top of the suspects list.
Proof, huh? Care to show me?
I don't think so.
Jimmy, I can feel myself getting weaker.
Sit tight, kid.
Don't tell me to sit tight.
Jimmy, he's got a gun!
Jimmy, my boy, I told you to leave it alone. Why didn't you leave it alone?
Jimmy, I'm scared.
You've got to go, Jim. I'm so sorry.
You're gonna shoot me? How are you gonna stage this one? You won't get away with it.
I won't need to stage anything. You came in here to rob me to support your drug habit. Everyone will believe me. Look at you. I had no choice but to... shoot. Jimmy, my heart.
Clarence! Clarence fired his gun, collapsed. The bullet missed me, instead hitting a fire extinguisher on the wall, filling the room with a thick fog. That's when I saw her. There she was, standing in front of me. She was hard to make out, but the fog allowed me to see just enough. I couldn't help but smile. Peekaboo.
He's dead, Jimmy. He's here with me.
I saw him in the fog. He was getting up, his arm outstretched. He was still holding the gun, aimed at me, but I knew it couldn't hurt me. I didn't care about him, though. My eyes were solely on Jessica. I can't remember a time when I was happier to see someone. She walked to me, her appearance fading as the fog settled. We shared eye contact for the first time, probably for the last time. I could have stayed there forever.
Jimmy!
I could see the tentacles rising from the ground, coming to collect Clarence.
Get off of me!
Jimmy, it's got me! The monster's got me! Ah!
That was it. The monster grabbed Jessica and was going to drag her down with Clarence. It took down anything in its path, and I was helpless. I had no choice but to stand there and watch, listening to her scream for my help. But the living can't help the dead. Then I had an idea. The fact that dead Clarence still tried to kill me when he crossed over told me all I needed to know. I pulled the snub nose from my pants, and I held it to my head. I only had one chance to save her, and I had to take it. The living can't help the dead. I'm coming, kid. Don't you worry.
Jimmy, no!
I'm here with a friend of both deceased men, fellow comedian David Felcher. Thank you, Mr. Felcher.
It's Fletcher. Fletcher.
You literally just told me it was Felcher. You even wrote it down for me.
Maybe. I don't recall that.
Okay. You were friends with both men. What can you tell me about them? You don't seem too broken up about this.
I don't know, man. I know I'm laughing on the outside, but on the inside, I am truly, truly heartbroken. Clarence owed me a lot of money, dude.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Fletcher. You're quite a treat. Here with me now is a waitress from the club, Miss Gina Asher. Thank you, Miss Asher. Oh, dear.
Thank you.
There. So what can you tell me about the two men?
I don't know. I knew Mr. Sinclair very well. He was my boss. And everyone knew who Jimmy was. He's a big star. He played the club a few nights ago. He killed. Sorry. I mean, he was very funny. Do you know what happened?
No, we don't have any details.
That place has bad juju. I should have listened to my friend when they told me it was haunted.
Hey, I'm in the haunted business. Can you tell me how it's haunted?
Some girl killed herself there. Jessica Nichols. I'll never forget that name. She's doing this. She's haunted that place for years, and I promise you, she killed them.
That's what I'm talking about. So you're saying a ghost killed Jimmy Rosenblum and your boss?
I know it. I just know it.
Fabulous. And there you have it. Stop the presses. Ghosts killed Jimmy Rosenblum. Awesome. That was from October of last year, 1988. And all we're left with is more questions and no answers. The official ruling was death by heart attack and death by suicide, but none of that makes any sense. What do you guys think? Let me know if you have an inside scoop on this story. I'd love to hear it. Or if you have any favorable run-ins with Jim Rosenblum in your life that you'd like to share here. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I really loved Jim's home. And Kid Ninjas, I know. I can't help it. It's a guilty pleasure. It's really funny. In a really bad sort of way. So, if you want to share your memories about Jim Rosenblum, give us a call. Or if you have anything else on your mind, the night is young, my friends. But unfortunately, we're going to take a break to pay some bills. I know, I hate him just as much as you do. Wait, no, I don't hate... I love the commercials. They're all quality products. You should all give them your business. But we are going to go pay some bills, listen to these fine commercials. I'm sure you'll enjoy them. And we'll be back, and I'll be taking your calls. That number is 805-272-0089. Give us a call, and we'll be right back with more of The Witching Hour.
Do you drink America's favorite German beer?
Oh, only when I go out. Or stay home.
Beck's. And when do you drink Beck's?
I used to drink it for a change of pace. Now it is my pace.
Beck's? Every once in a while. Or twice in a while. Or 3 times.
Beck's. How about you?
Only when I'm alone. Or with someone.
Beck's, the #1 imported German...